Richard Riakporhe on Saturday night very much moved a step closer to a world title fight. It was a dominant win, this time over Fabio Turchi. It was deemed as an IBF eliminator on Saturday night. Richard had his chance, took his chance. Of that there is no doubt. So Richard, in here with Simon, myself and Danny, what is next? What are you hearing? Who is next? Who do you want?
I want everybody. I believe in myself. I reckon I can knock out every single fighter out there, every champion. I just need to be very intelligent with preparation and find the right opportunity. Once I land that shot, it's over. And I just need to have a sit down with my team. It's quite fresh. We haven't spoke yet, and see what's next.
I mean, ideally, is it IBF holder Marius Bredis you want?
I want all of them. Honestly, I want all of them.
And you mean that, don't you?
Yeah. I'm a fighter. You know what I mean? That's what we do. If I'm not gonna take anybody, then I'm not supposed to be here. Let's put it that way.
You love that kind of confidence, don't you?
Of course. But I want him to go through, I want him to make the fights that are right for him at this stage in his career. And I think the two fights that come up for him next is if they can't get Makubu to fight, which they can and should, then he should fight Badu Jack. And I think he'll beat Badu Jack because Badu Jack is a decent name. It will enhance his already burgeoning reputation. It would increase his price tag, and it will take him to the fight. Then Makubu can't duck him. I won't be able to duck him because he'll be at that point now where he's unduckable. He'll beat Makubu, and then I think he's ready to fight Bredis. I think then that becomes the order that he should go in. And obviously he might have different views.
Not Bredis now.
No, I think he goes to... you speak for yourself. This is me.
I think that's a good idea as well. I think that's a brilliant idea, Si. And I actually fancy that fight as well against Badu Jack because he's got that American audience and it's like more light on the cruiserweight division, so it makes beautiful sense.
If Bredis come out though and it was there,
would
you be wary of taking it now, even though you haven't had those fights?
Well, I guess sometimes you know if you get an opportunity and you know sometimes you have to ask yourself, you know, should I take it or should I not? You know, if we'll sit down with the team and if it makes sense, it makes sense. Obviously financially and etc.
I mean, you're 32 now, Richard.
Yeah,
so it's not as if you're mid-20s. Yeah, with all due respect. So the next fight, the choice of opponent is vitally important, isn't it?
Exactly.
But he's 32 with nothing on the clock. There's no damage in him. Yeah. So he's not had 15... He's not walked through them because they've been easy. He's walked through them because he's made them easy. But you've not been on the end of much damage, have you?
No.
So you've got 15, maybe 32 years of age, but he's a 32-year-old in his prime. So you could look at him and say, well, he's actually a 26-year-old. That's, you know, by definition, because he hasn't had 25 or 30 fights where he's got to a stage now where he's had some beatings in there and taken some wars. So he's at the right stage now. This is his moment. Yeah. Now, in the next 12 months, he'll be a world champion. And people don't know, but I've actually, in total, in my whole boxing career, I've had about 31 or 30 fights. 30 fights in total, including my amateur career. So I haven't had a lot of fights. Plenty.
That's a lot. That's everything.
That's everything.
That's nothing.
That's nothing compared.
So he's got nothing on the clock. So he's in his prime now. Yeah. There's no damage. He's physically in the right space. He's mature as a boxer now. He knows his way around after 15 fights. He's good to go now.
I need to ask you this. I don't know. It might sound naive from my point of view. I mean, Chisora was in here last week. And he was sitting in that very chair.
Not paying up on bets, by the way. He didn't pay up on his bet.
He was Simon 100 quid.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Simon did nothing.
So Simon's still looking for his money. But it comes over from Chisora that no matter what, Richard, push me that bit too far and I'll snarl a bit. Do you have that in you? Because you sit here with us and you are just delightful company. But should we be in no doubt, you can be as nasty as hell if you need to be.
Yeah, 100%. I think most people have that side to them. But I think with me, it would take a long time for you to get out. But in the ring, I could definitely put that on like straight away, no problem. Like very spiteful.
I don't think anyone who's outside the studio going to be, when he gets out by London Bridge, going to be trying to take his down.
No, I don't think so either.
I'd like to see it try.
Is it a switch?
Yeah,
it's like that.
It's literally a switch. You know, get into that mindset, and it's like, yep, it's time to go.
It's controlling it though.
Yeah,
isn't it?
But you need self-control. Boxing is a sport of self-control. If you don't have that, you can't. It's dangerous.
You saw that, Jimbo, don't you? You see that with Joshua Boazzi. You saw it with Craig Richards. You see it across these guys do what they do in the ring, and that's where they've got to expend their energy, and they've got to be in that moment. The rest of the time, they haven't got to walk around like marauding brutes, being bad-tempered all the time, have you?
Yeah, no, not at all. And most boxers are not like that. They're very humble. They always look for peace. You know, never want to fight. So.
You changed your nickname on Saturday night, didn't you? You're the midnight train, but you threw in what Dillian White used to be known as, did you not?
Yeah, the body snatcher 2.0.
Is that what you want to be known as now?
No, it's just the midnight train. But
Why the midnight train
But
incident?
we're working on the bodies.
What's the midnight train significance?
So I did a show with Andy Goldstein and Jason Cundy, and
sorry about that.
they asked me what's my nickname. I said I don't have one. So they asked the listeners to give me a nickname. So they started tweeting, and we went through every single one. And then the midnight train just grew.
Yeah,
on
they
us,
do a
and we
little
just
bit
kept
on the
it.
show called the midnight
Yeah,
train.
the midnight train. So we
yeah,
kept
yeah.
it, and now we're here.
You very much see eye to eye with Simon, and you also have a mutual love of Crystal Palace, the football club. Is the dream to fight at Selhurst Park?
Yeah, that's a dream, and just to have the crowd. You know, it would be crazy. You know, the chants. I think it would lift my spirit. You know, to another level. I think I would fight my best fight at that park. 100%. Having the fans behind me roaring, cheering,
Loud
that
as
would
well,
be
the
something
They could do that for
special.
you. Parish loves a penny,
Yeah.
so if you can earn some money out of it, you'll do it. But years ago, I was going to put on some fights at Selhurst Park, so it's doable. They can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They can do it.
They're really keen on doing it.
I bet they are.
Steve
You know, you
talks to me all the time. He's like,
absolutely.
yeah,
You want a
let's
great
do it.
advertisement. Palace, you come onto the soundtrack from Glad All Over, so everyone knows that you're a Palace fan, and everyone knows the allegiances, and you see it in boxing now. So many of the boxers support the football team. Tony Belly was very big about Everton. He fought at Goodison
Still
Park,
is.
Yeah,
cruiserweight.
yeah,
Right?
Yep.
So why should the next cruiserweight be you fighting at Selhurst Park?
Why didn't you put on a fight at Selhurst Park when you were there then?
Really?
You'd other
Because
things
it was
to
a bunch
do.
of gangsters that were trying to do it, and I wasn't prepared to get involved with them.
But you would go back that night, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If this man was fighting.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course I would.
Richard, decisions will be made in the fullness of time, but are you convinced we're sitting in the company of a potential world champion?
If I ain't a potential world champion, then I don't. My name is not Richard.
Yeah.
My name is not Richard. I'm going to be a world champion, 100%.
He'll be a world champion. What I'm interested to see is if he can unify all the belts.
That's what I want.
That's
That's
the question.
goal.
Yeah.
That's
He'll
what
be
I
a world
wanna-
champion.
I want to be a unified world champion. That's my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You carry about you have a great degree of self-pride. I think you are in every sense you are a role model. If I've ever met a role model, it's you, Richard, and that means a lot to you, doesn't it? Because you carry a lot around with you. You're a very dignified young man.
Yeah, I think it's where I came from. You know, that we didn't really have too many idols, and I always saw myself as one of them youngsters that nobody cared about, and I just want to kind of use my platform to just help people, help youngsters that maybe lost, don't have no purpose, and just kind of guide them and say, you know what, if I could do it, you know, if someone gave me an opportunity to play tennis, I would have been a top tennis player. That's where I'm coming from. I would have been great, trust me. But obviously we chose boxing. We got into boxing, and we're doing our thing here. But some of the talent in those areas, it's unbelievable. There's so much talent in them areas, and I just want to help nurture that if I can.
Congratulations on Saturday. You were absolutely devastatingly
Thank you.
brilliant.
Thank you.
And we're with you all the way on this.
Thank you very much.
Because it is our dear hope that you do become a world champion. And who's to say you won't? You certainly believe in yourself.
Yeah, you have to. If you don't believe in yourself in the sport, don't. There's no point.
You certainly backing him. I know that.
Oh
Simon.
yeah, and people should also familiarise us with his backstory and what he's achieved in his life, because
Yeah.
the journey he's been on is well worth understanding. Because he's a role model. Absolutely right.